Good morning, students. In this video lecture, we are going to see projectile motion. Projectile motion, this chapter is divided into two parts. One, projectile motion on the horizontal plane, and second, projectile motion on the inclined plane. Let's see the first part, that is projectile motion on the horizontal plane. Before starting projectile motion, let's highlight some chapters that we have already studied in the last unit. The unit number 5, first chapter that we have learned, it is rectilinear motion. In that, the particle is analyzed in two planes. One, the particle's motion in horizontal direction, and second, the particle's motion in vertical direction. When the motion is analyzed in horizontal direction with constant velocity, it is called as uniform motion, and the path traced by the particle or the path covered by the particle is horizontal. The motion of the particle in vertical direction, it is defined from point A to B or B to A, or we can define as vertically upward or vertically downward. In that case, the particle is under the action of gravitational force. Therefore, we call the motion of the particle as motion under gravity. Now, what is projectile motion? Projectile motion is the combination of motion under gravity and motion of the particle along the horizontal plane as uniform motion. It means that the projectile is analyzed in two directions, that are x-axis and y-axis. With this case, we can define along y-axis there is a motion under gravity, and along the x-axis there is a uniform motion of a particle. Now, the motion of the particle or the projectile is defined simultaneously along the x and y direction. As these two dimensions we are defining, therefore, the projectile motion, it is the application of kinematic theory in two directions, that is x and y. Now, what is projectile motion? The definition of the projectile motion is when a particle is projected in the space with an initial velocity at some angle with the horizontal, then the particle is subjected to a gravitational pull at every instant of time, due to which it follows a curved path. Hence, its motion on that curved path is called as projectile motion. It is also defined as rectangular coordinate system. As I say, the motion is analyzed in horizontal and vertical direction. In projectile motion, along the x direction, the velocity is always constant, and along the y-axis, the velocity varies. Therefore, we can define the motion of the projectile in two parts, that is the motion of the projectile from its beginning to its highest elevation and from its highest elevation to its point of landing. Let us see, there are different parts I have highlighted over the sketch. Now, A is the point of projection, B is the point of landing, C is the point on the curve with highest elevation. Particle is projected from the point A and it traces this path in the parabolic manner. Therefore, the path traced by the particle in this parabolic sense is called as trajectory. Now, the velocity of the projectile initially at point A is defined as u, and it is also called as velocity of projection. Angle alpha is defined to define the inclination of this velocity with respect to horizontal axis. Therefore, the angle alpha is called as angle of projection. Now, for this case, you can see that A is the point where we have defined the particle at the initial place. Therefore, this point A is the origin. and the point B where the particle is going to land. Therefore, this point is the end point where we can say this is the point of landing of the projectile. With this case, now initial velocity is defined at an angle alpha. Therefore, the initial velocity is having two components along the x direction and along y direction. Along x direction it is ux. Along the y direction it is uy. Therefore, with respect to angle alpha, we can define the initial velocity as u cos alpha along the x-axis and u sin alpha along the y-axis. Let us consider that there are two parts of this trajectory from point A to C and point C to B. A to C, in that case, the projectile is defined with its velocity variation, and from C to B is also defined with the velocity variation. But which velocity will varies and which velocity remain constant, that we have to see. As in case of the projectile motion, the velocity along x direction is constant. Therefore, along the x direction acceleration is 0. But in case of the projectile, when we analyze in y direction, the acceleration along y direction is minus g meter per second square. It means acceleration due to gravity along the y direction is constant. Therefore, the velocity y component at every instant of time varies. Therefore, there are two parts of the trajectory from point C on right side, point C on left side. It means point A to point C, the velocity decreases. Which velocity decreases? The y component of velocity decreases. And from point C to B, velocity decreases in this manner. Increases in this manner. A to C, velocity decreases, and C to B, y component of velocity increases. So therefore, the trajectory is defined in two parts for the different velocities. Now, you can observe that which velocity is different. So the component of velocity along y direction varies with respect to time. But the velocity of x direction is remain constant. At the point B, there is a striking velocity that we can define with the two components along the x and along y direction. Now, basic terms that we have to highlight in this projectile motion, and that are, now as the velocity along x direction is constant, we have defined that acceleration as 0, but acceleration along y direction is defined as minus 9.81 meter per second square. The path traced by the projectile is always a parabolic path. It means that the traced path by the projectile is parabola, therefore it is called as trajectory. Now, the most important point in the projectile motion is at point C, the velocity y component will always 0, but x component will be equals to constant, and that become equals to ux as u cos alpha. The horizontal distance between the point A and B, means A is the point of projection, B is the point of landing. The horizontal distance between the point of projection to the point of landing is called as horizontal range, and the vertical distance between the point on the curve with the highest elevation to the ground is called as maximum height. The total time for which the particle remains in the space or the projectile remains in the space is defined as time of flight, because the time for which the particle will be in the space, that will be a time of flight. Now, the next term is angle alpha is the projection angle. Therefore, we can say that angle alpha is the angle of projection. U is called as the velocity of projection. With these basic terms and with this basics of projectile motion, we can solve the numerical of projectile motion by analyzing it into x and y direction. The most important thing in the projectile motion, that means the air resistance, the curvature of the earth as well as the rotation of the earth, we have to neglect these all terms because the effect of these terms is very minute when the particle is in the air. Let's see the analysis of the projectile in x direction and y direction. As I said, in x direction, the motion of the particle is uniform motion with constant velocity, and the motion of the projectile along the y direction is under the action of gravitational force. Now, the motion of the particle we are defining from point A to B. It means motion of the particle, it is defined along the curve from point A to B. Now, in this part, we are going to define the motion of the particle along x direction. To this part, we are going to define the motion of the particle or projectile along the y direction. We have taken the basic terms that Sx as the r, that is the horizontal distance between the point A and B. Sy is the vertical distance between the point A and B. You can see A and B are both at the same level, therefore the Sy for this condition we are defining as 0. Now t is nothing but time of flight which is required to travel a particle or a projectile from point A to B. Vx is the velocity at different instant of time. We can say Vx is the velocity along x direction, Vy is the velocity along y direction. You can see the points I have highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the point at B. Now, these terms with that we can write the equation of motion by using this substitution that velocity along x direction is constant and velocity along y direction varies. Now, we can define that the velocity along x direction at the point A for the initial velocity, we can say the component of velocity along initial velocity along x direction is u cos alpha, that is constant. Therefore, acceleration along x direction is 0. Velocity along y direction is defined as u sin alpha and it is varying. Therefore, acceleration ay means along y direction it is defined as minus g meter per second square, that is minus 9.81 meter per second square. Now, at this instant, we are going to substitute these terms in the equation of motion and we can derive the formulas in projectile motion along x direction and along y direction. The basic equation of velocity is v is equals to u plus at. As we know that ax is 0, so we are substituting ax as 0 and we are writing ux as u cos alpha. With this Vx we are getting u cos alpha. Equation of S is equals to ut plus half at square will be defined as Sx is equals to u cos alpha into t. Vx square is equals to u square plus 2as. In x direction we can define as ax0, with that Vx square is equals to u square cos square alpha. These are the three equations of motion along the x direction. Velocity equation, v is equals to u plus at along y direction. Vy is equals to u sin alpha minus gt. Ay is substituted as minus g. Sy equation, Sy is equals to ut plus half at square in y direction. Sy is equals to u sin alpha into t minus half gt square. Vy square is equals to uy square plus 2ay into sy. So it will be equals to Vy square is equals to u square sin square alpha minus 2gsy. These are the three equations of motion along y direction for the projectile motion. Now, with this equation of motion, we can solve any type of numerical. In the next video lecture, we are going to see the different cases of projectile motion for the projectile is projected in the air. Thank you.